Tell them boys to tighten up, tighten up.
Let me hear you say it.
Whole city getting hype now. Tell them boys to tighten up, tighten up.
Let me hear you say it.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Cass here, and we are here to dive into this man, Dez Fitzpatrick, and what I think he could be for the Tennessee Titans going forward. So, Dez, as far as how he was his first year, wasn't great. Wasn't what we thought it could be. We traded up for him in the 2021 draft class, yes. And many people didn't like that. I, at the time, didn't have a mind with it because I've seen what he did in college, and I think he can be good in college, and I will show he was good in college, and I will show you why I think he might be able to translate to be a viable piece in this offense. He's not going to be the number one receiver. He doesn't have that build, but I think that's why we got Traylon and Robert Woods, and I would perfectly be happy with an emerging guy like Dez Fitzpatrick if he could put up the numbers, say, a Nick Westbrook put up last year for us. I would be perfectly happy with having Westbrook, Fitzpatrick, Woods, and Burks. I'd be perfectly happy with that. But let's get into why I think Dez Fitzpatrick could break out for the Tennessee Titans in 2023. Let's get into it. So, looking at the way he played in college, you will see a lot of things. So, his freshman year in college, he put up 700 yards and 9 touchdowns. He had some injury problems his second year. Was only able to put up 422 and 3. His third year, his final 2 years, they kind of flipped the way that the offense would be structured. And focused more on a running type aspect. But overall, I really like the way that Dez played in college. He was a variable piece for that Louisville offense, and especially for what they wanted to do. Now, as far as this right here, which was his draft report, if you see, he excels in route running. He has strong hands. But his problem has to be that he has what it seems to be a ability of a in kind of like a confusing situation is how I'll word it. Because Dez on film, especially in Louisville, showed that he is a big play receiver. He showed that in 2017. But also what hurt him in Louisville was the quarterback play falling down. In 2017, which I'll go back to, he put up his best years. Who was the Louisville quarterback in 2017? If I remember right, it was Lamar Jackson. So, looking at all this, I think that Dez, and what I really like is that even though Tennessee cut him at the beginning of last year, they brought him back. They saw something of his game that he kept working on that they brought him back. And another thing I like is that he has continued and continued and continued since being brought back to Tennessee to get praise from the coaching staff. That's one thing that I definitely think is why I think this guy could work out next year. He has the measurables to be an outside receiver. And I think that's what he could play for us, with Burks being more on the inside, at least this coming up season, because that's more what he did at Arkansas. And Robert being on the outside, which is more what he did at the Rams, with Cup being on the inside, of course. But I just wanted to talk about Dez Fitzpatrick because I've seen him a lot in the media recently for Tennessee, saying that people really think he could do something this year. And I think you give the kid the chance, and he really could do something. I know he struggled a lot last year with not knowing the routes, but I think that all comes with him not being on the team much. Like the game against Houston with the 2 interceptions he caused by running the wrong route. I think those are small adjustments that can be remade. And anyway, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this breakdown of Dez Fitzpatrick. If y'all guys have anybody that y'all would like to see for a Tennessee Titans breakdown in the comments, drop it and I will get right to it. This has been your boy Cass, and I am out. Bye, guys.
Tell them boys to tighten up, tighten up.
Let me hear you say it.
Whole city getting hype now. Tell them boys to tighten up, tighten up.
Let me hear you say it.
Need